I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with that, I know and I understand a lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high function.
What situation?
See my situation? That's a very vague question, and it's for you
What
to even,
situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high function?
just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in
My life,
relationships?
my life, my life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low
No,
functioning.
no, no. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my
no,
intentions
no.
away from this. Is can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yeah, some more information. Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now,
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I
I'm
just
saying,
want God
about
to
your
bring
wife.
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just.
Because
bring him,
my
okay.
point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Brian, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids
Yeah.
with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Hope your day's going pretty good. As you can see in the video clip, we got Cam Newton on his podcast talking to a lady by the name of Dr. Bryant. And it was a pretty deep conversation that they were having with each other. But there was one thing that stuck out in the conversation, which there are many things that sticks out in the conversation that the both were having with each other. And in the video, they began to talking about marriage and also having more children. Cam Newton is a former quarterback of the Carolina Panthers back in 2011 to 2019. He also played for the New England Patriots in 2020. Very good quarterback. I give him his props on that. Very good quarterback. And yes, Cam Newton is a millionaire also. Got plenty of money. Cam Newton says that people look at his situation and think that he is not high function because he is not married and he has 8 children by 3 different women. He said people look at him and say that he is not high function. Now, I'm not going to say the man is not high function because he has 8 children. I'm not going to say that at all, because people have their different ways of looking at things. Somebody may look at their situation and say there's nothing wrong with that. You got many celebrities out there, many people out there that has multiple children. You got Nick Cannon, you got Boosie, you got Tyree Hill that's working on a lot of children. There's so many actresses and athletes out there that has multiple children. But it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. And I'm going to let you know exactly why that's not a good idea. So he said people look at this situation and said he is not high function. Now, by his status of being a millionaire and being a successful athlete and a successful guy playing in the NFL and also his successful career playing in college, yes, I would say he is high functioning. But sometimes you can be high functioning and not have it all upstairs by the things that you say, because having children don't just require just having a lot of money. There's a lot when it comes down to taking care of children. So just because you got a lot of money or a big stature or you well known and people may know you and you are an athlete or you're a celebrity, and every time somebody turn on TV, they see your face, that does not mean that you are high functioning all the time. But he believes he's high functioning, and I believe he's high functioning. I believe he was a great guy. I also believe he's a great father to his children. But there is a catch to that. And he says he wants more children. And he says that he just wants God to bring more. You better be careful what you ask God for sometimes. Because sometimes what you ask God for can be your downfall. Watch what you ask for. Especially for those. Now, if you don't believe in God or nothing like that, it don't even matter to you. It don't matter. Do what you want to do. Do what you feel. But if you want to put God in the equation or God in the conversation, it requires a father to be there functioning with their children. And there's one thing that he said also too that kind of stood out. He said that his desire to get married is lower than his fear for divorce. Cam Newton also said that he's just taking his time. So he's more afraid of getting married. So his desire to get married is lower than his fear of getting divorced. So that right there lets you know he don't want to get married. Now, if you have children and you're not married to the person, you might not lose as big as you would if you was married to a person. Because if you're married to a person and it's time for you to go, that person could take all of your possessions, your house, your cars, your bank account, drain all of that out. Plus take the children, the house, and the dog. Take it all. They'll take it all from you, man or woman. So I can kind of feel where he's coming from with that, because we are now in 2014. What's the use of getting married now? Because you got people out there that's giving you the present before Christmas. They're giving you the present before your birthday. Matter of fact, you can see your present before the birthday. There's nothing sacred anymore. Nobody is waiting on nothing. So all this waiting on Jesus and waiting on God for you lay up with somebody, ain't nobody doing that no more. We are in 2024. Nobody is waiting on anything. And especially if you already married somebody before and you done gave it up to somebody else, what is your purpose of talking about you trying to wait until marriage before you give up something that's already used anyway? I'm just saying. You can go either way with that. You can go left or right, back or forward. Either way with that. You choose where you want to go with that. It's your choice. And the lady that he was talking to, Dr. Bryant, said that he has 8 different children with 3 different women. And he is creating and multiplying. And she said that he is being very selective active. So he's selecting where he want to drop his seeds and have his children over here and over there. Now, let me go ahead and put my 2 cents in on this. A father must be in his child's life, whether it's a young lady or a young man. It don't matter. He must be in his children's life. Now, think about it. You got 8 children with 3 different women. Yes, he has the money. He has the means to take care of those children. He has plenty of finances to take care of these children. But how many times have you heard of a child grew up in a great household with plenty of money around them, and they still wind up getting caught up in the streets? They still wind up getting caught up in foolishness, still get caught up in crimes, still get caught up with just doing all type of stupid things. I have seen it many a times. Many a times I have seen this. I remember a pastor that he was bragging on his children. He wanted them to grow up and be with a preacher and whatever. He was just talking all good about his children. And as time went on, when the children got grown, they started to have children out of wedlock, as they would say inside of the church. Didn't get married when they had the children. Having children by multiple different spouses. Not doing stuff the right way, as the Bible would say they should do. So that does not mean anything. You have to be in your child's life, and you have to raise them up, train up a child in the way that you want them to go. Be there in their life. Now, you got 8 different children, 3 different women. So, adding all that up. So, you got to go over here to this house. You got to go over here to this house. Got to go pick them up over here. Got to go pick them up over there. And the only reason that he's having a functional lifestyle with his children is because he has money. Money. If you got money, people will agree with you. When you got money, you can have some crap on your face. And a person will walk hand in hand with you and agree with you just because you have lots of money. That's the type of world we're living in. Money is respected. Not respect is respected. The more money you got, the more you can be respected. Don't nobody care. Look at how people are talking about the president situation right now. My money, my money, my money, my money. It's all about that dollar. And that's what those baby mothers are having children with him, because he's being an idiot, doing stuff that's reckless, and having children all over the place. Like the doctor said, he is being selective active. Now, I was once a over-the-road truck driver. And for those of you that travel for work, whether you are a nurse that travels, whether you are a truck driver, whether you are a plane, whether you fly the plane, whether you drive the trains, or anything to do with transportation that allowed you to be gone for a long time. Even a person that is an actor or an athlete, the toll that it takes on your children that they don't see you each and every day and that they are not in your life. I was once a over-the-road truck driver, and I began to see the decline of me not being there at home each and every day with my family. I began to see the things that I was missing. I began to see the things that different milestones I was missing, because I wasn't there to teach my son this. I wasn't there to teach my daughter that. I wasn't there at this game. I wasn't there at that game. But I was still doing what I was supposed to do, because I was taking care of the family financially. But sometimes that's not enough of you being a parent. You got parents out there that does not have a lot of money, does not have a lot of resources, does not have a lot of options when it comes down to having multiple finances in their life. And they are some of the best parents you will ever see. I know some parents out there that are broke as a joke, don't have a lot of money, but they're training their child up very greatly to be somebody great, doing their job. Some of the best. Some of the best parents out there are broke. And some of the worst parents out there are broke. And you got some of the greatest parents out there that are rich. And you got some of the greatest parents out there, and some of the worstest parents out there that are rich. It can go vice versa each way. It don't matter which way you go with it. But I began to see the decline in my children's life of me not being there, me not being at the games, me not being there each and every day. They can talk to me. I can help my son run the ball. I can teach my daughter about different things. And just by them seeing me each and every day, being in their presence, meant a whole lot from the get-go, because they began to ask their mother, "Where's Dad? When he's coming home? Is he coming home? Is he coming home?" One time I was out over the road, and I thought I was going to be able to come home to my son's football game. But to make a long story short, I was not able to make it, because you know how it is out there when you're traveling, especially as an over-the-road truck driver. You might have a dispatcher that will lie to you and say, "We're going to get you home." And they sent me to Florida that weekend, and I was not able to make it to my son's football game. And I was sad, and I was stressed out that whole weekend. And at that moment, I began to make a change. I made it back home and got me a job at home, and I was able to be in my children's life, because it does make a difference if you were in your child's life or not. It don't matter what you say about that. A parent in a child's life makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. And sometimes a child can wind up growing up being the best person in the world, being the best athlete in the world. being the best lawyer in the world without their parents being there in their life. So I encourage you out there that are listening to this foolishness of Cam Newton. Remember, Cam Newton is a millionaire. He's a successful player that played in the NFL and also in college. This guy is very tall. He's what a woman will want. This guy is well over 6 feet. I think he's like 6'5" or somewhere in there. He's a very tall young man, and he has a better advantage of many men in this world that are just everyday Joes walking around here working at the plant or driving for Uber or driving 18-wheelers. Don't try to do what Cam Newton is doing. Cam Newton is a millionaire. Cam Newton can afford to take care of all those 8 children. Don't go out there and try to be dumb like this. And I understand why this man said he's not going to get married, because if he get married, he will lose more. Not only will he lose his children, but he will lose his finances and everything that he built. I understand that. But don't do nothing stupid like this if you are a everyday Joe trying to make it. Now, if you are married to your wife and y'all out there having children and y'all able to raise these children together, kudos to you, 100 to you. Y'all doing it in a good way. I'm not going to say that's the right way, because you got people out there that are taking care of multiple children and they're not married, and it don't even matter. But I encourage you all to not try to do what Cam Newton is doing. But Cam Newton probably got it good with his baby mothers or whatever. If you do it, man or woman, if you do it, it might not come out the same way as Cam Newton. You might not be as fortunate as him. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Give me your thoughts about this. Do y'all think that it makes a difference when the father has all the children by one woman? Or do it not make a difference at all if he got children scattered all over the place? Tell me what you think about that. I think that it should be by one woman, so you don't have to worry about hopping and skipping and hopping all over here with a bunch of confusion. Because remember, he's a millionaire. He can do this. Everybody's happy, land in big houses, driving nice cars, spending plenty of money each and every day. They're not even worried about what Cam Newton is doing. But the everyday Joe got baby mothers all in his ear all day long, talking trash to him, giving him all type of hell and trouble. Y'all have a good one. Y'all have a blessed one. Holla at you.